This is Boxing Tickets NI in association with SB Sports. We're here at the National Stadium. I'm going to start off, Dan, obviously saying it's been a long time since we've seen you. You made your debut in Belfast. You obviously, since then, you obviously had your second fight here in Dublin, and obviously you've capped it off tonight with another points won. As a sort of, I guess, the last time you were there is your first time as a pro fighting in the National Stadium. Did obviously tonight feel any different? Obviously more relaxed, more composed?
Yeah, and then I think it was a better opponent. Like the last time, no disrespect obviously to Aerosmith, he's a real good guy and I've a lot of credit for what he does to the game, but those sort of journeymen, they're just there, they're not there to beat you, they're there to give you rounds, and I kind of knew that going into the fight, and it's hard to get up for fights like that, whereas this fight was a guy who I knew was going to come win, try and win, had a winning record, and then a bigger card as well this time. Being on the undercard of Jason Quigley, it wasn't long ago I was sitting up to watch Jason Quigley fight in the middle of the night in America, and being on his undercard is brilliant, you know what I mean? So it was a lot more buzz behind it, and then the last time I fought here, the crowd was very subdued. It was just my people that bought tickets off me that were out there. It was very quiet, whereas tonight there was a bit of atmosphere, there was oohs and ahs with the shots going in and stuff, so it was definitely a lot different, but it was enjoyable at the same time. I really enjoyed it.
I know when obviously we spoke last time, you were delighted to sort of get one out of the way before the end of 2022. You got two, obviously now you started off early in 2023, having your third pro fight. How would you sort of look at everything so far? You've obviously your second 6-rounder tonight as well. How would you assess sort of how you've coped with pretty much nearly the first year as a pro?
Yeah, good. Like I've been in the gym every day. Like I never have to be getting ready for a fight. I'm always ready for a fight. So I'm happy to be really busy. And 3 fights within, last June was a debut. So 3 fights since last June is good. I believe that's busy, especially now that Irish boxing's picking up more. I think I can be even busier. Getting on these shows. I sell good tickets, and I believe I have a fan-friendly style. So it'd be nice to keep going. But I thought there tonight I'd have a bit more of a polished performance, to be honest. Because, as I say, getting those first 10 rounds out of the way and stuff, and they were good learning fights, and then this camp was definitely my best camp. I was sparring really well and stuff, but I think I got in there and fell back into looking for big knockouts, you know what I mean? I thought I'd be setting him up a little more. I was convinced going into this fight that I was going to stop him, because the only video I seen of him was of him getting stopped, and I thought I can do that, but I maybe should have had a little bit more respect for him coming into the fight, and I could have maybe got him out there if I set up the shot more, but I came out sort of swinging, and it wasn't as polished of a performance as I would have liked. But
I don't think you're ever going to say you're really happy with the performance, and I know, obviously I noticed the difference between your debut and tonight, and you were throwing a lot more wildly to the body. I guess you thought red mist as a debut and you won the stoppage. As each fight sort of going, that's 3 now, you haven't got a stoppage. Do you believe that, obviously you believe their stoppage is there? Is it just a case of relaxing and probably listening to Packie more and trying to set the shots up, and probably the stoppage will come, you're not looking for it?
Yeah, big time. That was the whole thing. I thought I'll come out, touch him a few times to the head, and I'll drive a shot to the body and he won't take it. When I came out and I just started swinging straight away, and it was silly. And he was a cute opponent, he was making me think. I was like, I can't miss, because he was coming from shots from the ground. I was like, okay, I don't want to get hit with one of them wild shots, something you don't see coming. So I gave him too much respect at times, where I should have been throwing more, and then at times I was not giving him enough respect where I was loading up. So I should have been trying to find a happy medium, as Pascal was saying, just tap a few shots and drive one in. I was kind of getting stuck in either tapping loads or driving a few shots. I should have found the middle ground, but that will come, I believe, with learning and more fights.
I was going to say, experience obviously plays a good part. I guess when you sort of look at it, you have 2 6-rounders out of the way now, and you're sort of looking at obviously the Jamie Morrissey sort of mould, and the fact that obviously can progress very quickly. The belt's vacant at 154 at the moment. Is it something that you don't want to rush in too quickly to something, but is it something you started to think of? Is because there's so many domestic fights, you want to get a domestic fight for a belt to make it probably worthwhile and motivate you a bit more in camp?
Yeah, 100%. And then the stress of selling tickets, every boxer knows what it's like, selling tickets to pay for an opponent, and it's very hard. It is very hard. Without the support of everyone that came tonight, I wouldn't have been on this card, everyone backing up, because you're paying the guy to come in, basically. And so if you're fighting domestic fights, you don't have to do that, you know what I mean? You just have to cover your promoter fee, and maybe you're making a bit of money out of it. So that would definitely get me up for it. But there's a lot of good lads at the weight, there is, and I'm going to be honest, I don't think that performance tonight merited a Celtic title shot. I was saying before this fight that I thought I was ready for one, but maybe I'm not. Maybe 1 or 2 more learning fights, and then, but definitely within the next year or two, I definitely think that is a goal of mine. It's definitely an end goal. Like I remember Craig O'Brien has the Celtic title in his house. I remember seeing it. I'd love to have one of them in my house, and it's a good start. You know what I mean? Maybe go Celtic title, Irish title, and build from there. But maybe one or two more fights before that.
Do you think you've maybe sometimes been too critical of the fact that because you know that if you're going to have a domestic fight, you're probably going to make less mistakes? Obviously, you know you could probably make mistakes there tonight against Anglo and you'll get away with it, whereas you know if you make them mistakes in a domestic fight, you're probably going to pay for it very badly.
Yeah, maybe that could be the case as well. Because I know I spar better against like top lads in Ireland and top world rated lads. I spar a lot better than I fought your man there tonight. So yeah, maybe that will bring out the best of me fighting domestic lads as well. So it's definitely a goal of mine to get fights like that and just keep getting better and better performances each time.
And I guess obviously we're starting this busy spell. Obviously 5 fight cards. First one being tonight in the next 8 weeks. Obviously Irish boxing is booming at the moment. When do you hope they sort of get back out? Do you sort of, I guess it's just whenever Packie can obviously sort of work the magic for you?
Yeah, 100%, as soon as possible. Like I'll be back in the gym Monday training. I'll never have to get ready for a fight. I'm always staying ready. So any fights, any cards that are coming up, obviously Irish boxing is booming at the moment. Everyone knows that. So it was good to kick off the year in April, start of April with a win, and hopefully as soon as possible. You know, there's going to be lots of shows coming up. Any show I can get on, I'll take it on. And as I say, I had a good support there tonight. I believe that fan base is going to keep growing. So I believe I'll be a good ticket seller on any sort of show anywhere around the country.
Well, listen, thanks very much for your time as always. Enjoy your weekend and I'm sure we'll catch up with you very soon.
Thank you. I'll be a lot heavier next time you see me.
Cheers, Dan. Take care.
Thank you.